Behind closed doors, narcissists reveal sides of themselves that are often hidden from the outside world. In public, they may seem charming, confident, and irresistible, but in private, intimacy becomes less about love and connection and more about power, control, and validation. This shift is confusing to their partners, who may feel like they are living with two completely different people. One of the most disturbing habits of narcissists in relationships is the way they use sex as a tool of manipulation. Instead of treating intimacy as an act of mutual love, they see it as a transaction or a weapon. For them, physical closeness often becomes a stage where they can dominate, withdraw affection as punishment, or overwhelm their partner with intensity when it suits their needs. In the beginning, this might look like passion. Narcissists can be incredibly seductive, showering their partners with affection, creating the illusion of deep connection. But this stage is often a tactic commonly referred to as love bombing. The goal isn't genuine closeness, but rather to hook their partner emotionally and physically, ensuring dependence and loyalty in ways that can be hard to break free from. Once the initial excitement fades, many partners notice a shift. Narcissists may start withholding intimacy, creating sudden coldness or disinterest. This behavior leaves their partners feeling unwanted or insecure. In reality, the narcissist is not losing interest in sex itself. They are losing interest in giving their partner emotional stability. The push and pull dynamic fuels confusion and makes the partner chase after their approval. Another habit lies in their constant need for novelty. Many narcissists struggle with long-term commitment in intimacy because they crave excitement and validation from fresh experiences. This may show up as flirting, cheating, or constantly comparing their partner to others. Instead of building deeper bonds, they thrive on the thrill of newness, which makes their partner feel disposable rather than valued. Narcissists also tend to see intimacy as a performance. Rather than caring about how their partner feels, they focus on how impressive they appear. They want to be admired for their stamina, their attractiveness, or their ability to dominate. This makes intimacy feel hollow for the partner, who may sense that their needs are secondary or even irrelevant in the narcissist's pursuit of ego boosts. Control is another theme that often shows up in their private behavior. Some narcissists use intimacy as a way to assert dominance, dictating when, how, and under what conditions it will happen. If their partner resists, they may become dismissive, angry, or even retaliatory in subtle ways. Over time, this leaves their partner walking on eggshells, unsure of how to please them or avoid conflict. At the same time, narcissists may alternate between extreme closeness and emotional distance. One day they can be overly affectionate, almost overwhelming their partner with attention, and the next, they withdraw completely. This hot and cold cycle is designed to keep their partner off balance, chasing after the intimacy that once felt so abundant. The unpredictability creates dependency and confusion. Another disturbing pattern is the way narcissists exploit vulnerability. In healthy relationships, intimacy is a safe space where trust is built. But with narcissists, those vulnerable moments can be turned into weapons later. A secret shared in closeness might be thrown back as an insult during arguments, or emotional openness may be met with ridicule, leaving the partner ashamed for ever letting their guard down. For many narcissists, the idea of commitment in intimacy feels suffocating. They often crave constant admiration from multiple sources, leading to infidelity or emotional affairs. While they expect loyalty from their partners, they frequently break that same trust themselves. The double standard leaves the partner feeling betrayed, while the narcissist justifies their actions as something they deserve. Some narcissists also struggle with the concept of true reciprocity. They may demand praise, attention, and satisfaction, but rarely give the same in return. Their partners can begin to feel like objects, valued only when they serve a purpose for the narcissist. This transactional approach drains emotional energy, leaving the partner exhausted and wondering why their needs never seem to matter. The lack of empathy that defines narcissism is especially damaging in intimacy. Instead of tuning into their partner's emotions, narcissists may dismiss feelings as unimportant, or worse, see them as weaknesses to exploit. This emotional detachment makes intimacy feel unsafe, because true closeness requires compassion and vulnerability, qualities narcissists often resist or even mock. Another tactic is the use of shame. If their partner doesn't meet their expectations, narcissists may criticize, belittle, or mock them in subtle ways. Over time, these comments erode confidence and self-esteem. What should be a space of affirmation becomes a source of insecurity, where the partner feels they can never measure up no matter how hard they try. Some narcissists also have a compulsive need to test boundaries. They may pressure their partners into things they're uncomfortable with, just to see how much control they can exert. Saying no often provokes irritation or guilt tripping. This relentless boundary pushing makes the partner feel powerless, as though their autonomy is constantly being challenged behind closed doors. Narcissists often confuse intensity with intimacy. They may create high-drama moments, either through arguments or sudden bursts of passion, and then label that as love. For the partner, this roller coaster can feel addictive, chaos followed by reconciliation. Yet this cycle is not love, it's emotional turbulence, designed to keep their partner hooked, unable to see the calm stability they truly deserve. Jealousy is another recurring theme in narcissistic intimacy. They may accuse their partners of being unfaithful without evidence, projecting their own insecurities or even their own secret behaviors. These accusations create tension and place the partner in a defensive position, constantly trying to prove their loyalty while the narcissist maintains control through suspicion and guilt. Ironically, while narcissists demand admiration, they rarely give genuine compliments in return. If they do, it's often shallow or self-serving, designed to get something back. Over time, partners may feel invisible, as though their efforts and qualities are never acknowledged. The imbalance reinforces the narcissist's power while leaving the partner starved for validation and appreciation. Another habit is the use of comparison. Narcissists may bring up ex-partners, celebrities, or even strangers as a way to make their partner feel inadequate. This tactic creates insecurity and makes the partner compete for approval. Instead of intimacy being a source of confidence, it becomes a game of never enough, where the narcissist always holds the upper hand. Gaslighting is also common in this arena. If a partner questions their behavior, narcissists may deny, deflect, or twist the truth, making the partner doubt their own memory or judgment. This psychological manipulation can leave someone wondering if they're imagining problems, when in reality, they're responding to very real patterns of disrespect and emotional harm. Narcissists often crave admiration more than true connection. This means they may exaggerate their performance or even fabricate stories to seem more desirable. It's less about enjoying the moment and more about feeding their ego. Their partner might feel like an extra in a play, watching the narcissist perform a role rather than engaging in authentic closeness. Another disturbing behavior is their tendency to withdraw suddenly after intimacy. What might feel like a bonding moment to the partner is brushed off as meaningless to the narcissist. This creates deep confusion and emotional whiplash, leaving the partner questioning whether they imagined the connection or if they're simply not worthy of affection. Narcissists also exploit timing. They may choose moments when their partner is most vulnerable, lonely, insecure, or desperate for reassurance to re-establish closeness. By doing this, they reinforce dependency. The partner begins to associate intimacy with relief from anxiety, when in reality, the narcissist is the one creating the anxiety in the first place. Many narcissists maintain a sense of entitlement. They believe they deserve constant access to their partner, regardless of how their partner feels. Consent and emotional readiness are overlooked, replaced with a selfish assumption that their needs should always come first. This entitlement damages trust and erodes the foundation of mutual respect in the relationship. Some narcissists also use withholding as punishment. If their partner displeases them, they may cut off intimacy altogether, creating a silent form of control. The partner is left confused, often blaming themselves and trying harder to regain approval. This reinforces the narcissist's dominance and creates a cycle where intimacy is granted only as a reward. Another harmful pattern is the blending of charm with cruelty. Narcissists can switch between being affectionate and being cold in the blink of an eye. This unpredictability keeps their partner emotionally hooked, always chasing the version of the narcissist who seemed loving. The inconsistency is not accidental, it's part of the control mechanism. Narcissists also struggle with genuine emotional intimacy. While they may excel at physical performance, they often avoid deeper conversations that require vulnerability. When their partner seeks closeness beyond the physical, they may shut down or change the subject. This leaves the partner feeling emotionally starved, even if the relationship appears active from the outside. Another disturbing behavior is their tendency to sexualize everything. Compliments, interactions, or even moments that should be tender can be turned into jokes or comments with hidden motives. This constant overlay of sexuality diminishes the value of genuine affection, making the partner feel like their worth is reduced to physicality instead of being appreciated as a whole person. Narcissists may also display extreme selfishness during intimacy. Their main focus is on their own satisfaction, while their partner's needs are often ignored. If the partner speaks up, they may be dismissed or criticized, creating guilt for simply asking for balance. This one-sided approach reinforces the narcissist's dominance while draining their partner's sense of worth. Some narcissists use seduction as a form of power play. They know how to be magnetic and alluring, but the goal is rarely connection, it's control. Once they know their partner is hooked, the effort diminishes, leaving the partner confused about why the passion suddenly vanished. This bait-and-switch tactic is emotionally exhausting and destabilizing. Another toxic habit is their tendency to treat their partners like trophies. To the outside world, they boast about their relationship, showing off as though it proves their superiority. Behind closed doors, however, they may be dismissive or cruel. The partner becomes more of a status symbol than a loved individual, further deepening feelings of emptiness and invisibility. Narcissists are also notorious for rewriting the narrative. If intimacy issues arise, they often blame their partner entirely, refusing to accept any responsibility. This manipulation leaves the partner questioning their own behavior, carrying guilt for problems that are not theirs to own. Over time, this creates a damaging cycle of blame and self-doubt. Another tactic is to use intimacy as reconciliation after conflict. After a heated argument, they may suddenly become affectionate, using closeness as a way to smooth things over. This makes the partner associate intimacy with relief and forgiveness, masking the deeper issues that caused the conflict in the first place. It's a temporary fix that keeps the cycle alive. Narcissists also thrive on secrecy. They may hide their true behaviors, maintain secret conversations, or even engage with others outside the relationship, all while demanding loyalty. This double standard creates constant tension. The partner senses dishonesty, but is often gaslighted into believing everything is fine. The secrecy slowly erodes trust until little remains. Over time, these patterns create a deep sense of loneliness for the partner. Even in moments of physical closeness, there is a lingering emptiness, because true intimacy requires mutual care. With a narcissist, the partner often feels like they are giving endlessly while receiving nothing in return, leaving them drained and unfulfilled. The cycle of idealization and devaluation also extends into intimacy. At first, the narcissist may act as though their partner is perfect, showering them with praise and attention, but eventually they begin to criticize, compare, and withdraw. This roller coaster keeps the partner hooked, always hoping the ideal version of the narcissist will return. Narcissists often use exaggeration when discussing intimacy. They may brag about their abilities or experiences, sometimes inventing details to inflate their image. For them, it's less about truth and more about crafting a story that makes them appear irresistible. Their partner, however, may feel uncomfortable, sensing that the intimacy is being turned into a performance rather than a shared connection. Another toxic habit is their tendency to punish with silence. After disagreements, instead of talking things through, they may retreat and withhold affection. This leaves their partner desperate for reconciliation, often pushing them to apologize even when they're not at fault. The The cycle of silence and return reinforces the narcissist's power in the relationship. Narcissists may also treat their partner's boundaries as obstacles. Instead of respecting limits, they see them as challenges to overcome. This creates pressure and tension, where the partner feels that saying no isn't an option. Over time, this erodes the partner's sense of safety, making intimacy a source of stress instead of comfort. Some narcissists thrive on creating jealousy. They might flirt with others in front of their partner or bring up outsiders just to spark insecurity. By doing this, they keep their partner off balance, constantly seeking reassurance. Intimacy becomes less about connection and more about competition, leaving the partner feeling inadequate and unsettled. Another disturbing habit is the lack of aftercare. In healthy relationships, moments of closeness are followed by warmth, reassurance, or tenderness. With narcissists, the aftermath may feel cold, as though nothing meaningful just happened. This emotional detachment makes their partner question whether the closeness ever mattered, deepening the feeling of emptiness. Narcissists may also use role reversal. If their partner points out unhealthy patterns, they quickly flip the blame, accusing their partner of being demanding, cold, or selfish. This projection confuses the partner, who begins to doubt their own perceptions. The constant shifting of responsibility allows the narcissist to avoid accountability while keeping control. Another habit is their relentless need for admiration. They may push their partner to praise them excessively, even in private. If they don't receive the recognition they crave, they may sulk or lash out. Over time, the relationship feels one-sided, where the partner's role is reduced to feeding the narcissist's ego without ever receiving the same care in return. Some narcissists use secrecy around their fantasies or desires as a form of control. They may hint at things but never fully communicate, leaving their partner confused and uncertain. By keeping their partner guessing, they maintain the upper hand. Intimacy becomes a puzzle where the rules are never clear, draining the partner emotionally. Another toxic behavior is their tendency to mock vulnerability. If their partner expresses insecurity, fear, or even affection, the narcissist may laugh it off or make belittling remarks. This ridicule discourages openness and slowly silences the partner's authentic self. What should be a safe space becomes a place of quiet suffering. Narcissists also have a habit of minimizing the importance of their partner's needs. If their partner expresses dissatisfaction, they may brush it off as unimportant or accuse them of being too sensitive. Over time, the partner learns to suppress their desires, living in a relationship where their voice carries little weight. Another disturbing pattern is the unpredictability of affection. Partners never know when they will be met with warmth or when they'll face rejection. This inconsistency creates an addictive cycle where the rare moments of closeness feel more valuable because they are so scarce. The unpredictability keeps the partner trapped in hope. Narcissists also manipulate through contrast. They may be affectionate in public, showing the world a loving side, while being dismissive or cruel in private. This duality makes it harder for the partner to explain their struggles to others, because outsiders only see the charming version. The isolation deepens the partner's confusion and pain. Some narcissists use comparison with strangers or even fictional ideals. They may hold their partner against impossible standards, creating pressure to constantly perform or improve. Instead of feeling loved for who they are, the partner feels like they're in an endless competition they can never win. This drains confidence and self-worth. Over time, all these behaviors create a pattern of deep emotional harm. Intimacy, which should be about trust and mutual care, becomes a battlefield of control, manipulation, and ego. Partners often lose themselves in the process, forgetting what healthy closeness even looks like. The cycle leaves lasting scars that require time and healing to overcome. The most disturbing truth is that for many narcissists, intimacy is never truly about love. It is about control, image, and self-gratification. Understanding these patterns is the first step to breaking free. For those who have lived through it, healing begins with reclaiming self-worth, recognizing manipulation, and learning that true intimacy is built on respect, empathy, and genuine connection.